Hello Libra, welcome to your reading. It's good to see you. If this message resonates or you find it helpful, then it's for you. If not, no worries, just leave it for someone else or return to it at a later time. Also be sure to check out the description box where I'll leave some journal prompts for you based on this reading. Okay, let's jump right into your pre-shuffled oracle cards and then we'll clarify with tarot. So you actually got quite a few oracle cards today. The cards that have come forward for you are number 8, the Veil Walker, number 18, the Storyteller, number 46, the Offering, number 13, the Seer, and then at the bottom of the deck was number 26, the Unbound. Just based on these oracle cards alone, this energy and this reading is already kind of reminding me of a combination of Scorpio and Pisces' reading. So if you have any major Scorpio or Pisces in your chart, you may want to check those out. Or if not, you can still go watch them too. But there's kind of an echo of that here. So the fact that the Unbound is at the bottom of the deck means that right now your unconscious or underlying driving force is a desire to free yourself from restrictive self-perceptions. There are certain ways of thinking about yourself, relating to yourself, even speaking to yourself, that are just no longer working for you. Maybe at one time they did, but they don't anymore. Your self-perception is changing, and so deep within you is a drive to break free of all of these limiting beliefs about yourself. 222 on the timer. Now, with the Veil Walker, we've got a lot of crone energy coming through here. I think this is you. This is part of what you're walking through right now, is this crone energy, which to me is about death. And it makes me think of all the tens in tarot, like the end of a cycle. But it's an empowered way of walking through death. You're doing it to yourself. I really feel like you are choosing with your free will to transform yourself and to change the way that you think about yourself, change the way that you relate to yourself. So you're consciously moving through this kind of ego death, and it's almost like, I don't know, there's something about the accumulation of wisdom within you. You're just, I don't know, your self-awareness is like spiking. and part of this through the Storyteller is waking up to the power of the stories that we tell ourselves. It's almost like you're saying to me, I have the awareness now to see I was telling myself this story for so long, just on default. And I realize now it doesn't serve me anymore, and I can tell myself a new story. I think when I look at all these cards together, I also feel very strongly that your ancestors are coming forward for you. If you feel called to work with your ancestors in any way, shape, or form, I feel like they're right there. They are right on the other side of that veil, supporting you in this transformation from the inside out. And with the Seer too, this is all about, seeing through the other side of the veil. Maybe you're receiving a lot more intuitive downloads right now. I think certainly more intuitive information is trying to come into you or through you if you're open to it. And I also get this sense that, again, reminiscent of like the Pisces Scorpio reading, you're kind of walking through this liminal space where you're simultaneously letting go of the old and stepping into the new. You're like weaving back and forth constantly between the old, the new, the old, the new. And the Seer to me is speaking to your intuitive capacity to to perceive what is coming, or to perceive the future you, the new embodiment that you're stepping into. It's almost like being able to see into your own future. Are you creating it, or are you stepping into it? Maybe both. Interesting question. And then to wrap it up with all these oracle cards, I know we're already like 6 minutes in, but with the offering card, this is the only oracle card that came forward that was not a person, right? We have all 4 women, witches, that came forward, but then there's this one card that's the offering. And, you know, what I'm picking up here is that part of the new embodiment that you're stepping into, the new story that you're stepping into, it's going to catalyze you into a greater state of balance. Libra, yay, that's what you love, that's what you're all about, is balance. But balance in the give and take of your relationships. So this is giving me like 6 of Pentacles vibes, right? It's like you're going to step into an embodiment where you're more capable of offering yourself to the world, your gifts, your skills, your knowledge, your wisdom, whatever, through your work, whether it makes you money or not. You're going to step into an embodiment where you can offer yourself to the world more authentically and without being drained or losing something in the process. So maybe in the past you would try to give of yourself, but you would be left feeling like it was unreciprocated, or you're drained, or something was just out of balance, right? You're going to be able to give more freely of yourself without feeling that drain, and the world will offer you more in return. So this is really beautiful, okay? This is amazing. All right, let's move into tarot. I'm just using the classic Rider-Waite-Smith for you today. Okay, should I take both? Just this one. Oh, there it is. There it is. I was gonna say, show me what's up just in the field of Libra right now. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. I mean, I think this is what you're moving out of. This speaks to exactly what I was just saying. Like, this is the old paradigm. 5 of Pentacles is about scarcity, a scarcity mindset, feeling left out or unsupported, unwell. Maybe you've experienced some ill health in the past as well. That was rooted in emotionally feeling lack, scarcity, unsupported, right? Feeling left out in the cold or left behind. Unreciprocated energy exchange, if that makes sense. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more about what's going on in the field of Libra. What's happening right now in the field or the collective of Libra, please? Thanks. Ooh, 4 of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, interesting. Let me just get a couple more here. Two of Pentacles. So many Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Look at the bottom. And the Devil at the bottom of the deck. Ooh. Okay, as I look at these, it's almost like a progression. I'm being shown your progression over time, the progression that you're currently moving through. You could be at any stage of this currently when you're watching this, but what I'm seeing is you moving from heavy to light. Okay, so it's like This is the old story, like I was saying, scarcity, lack, feeling unsupported, unreciprocated energy. But then you have moved, or you're moving into more Four of Pentacles energy, which is like, hang on a second. If I'm giving, and I'm not receiving in return, or if I'm leaking my energy, I need to stop doing that. So there's almost this retraction of energy, this protection, self-protection of your own energy. I'm going to hold back. I can't keep giving my energy away like that. My energy is my own self-protection. But you can only do that for so long, because you don't want to be greedy with your own energy. What you want is an even give and take with the world. And so then you move into Two of Pentacles, which is like you trying to figure out, what is the balance here? What is the balance? How do I create this balance in the give and take of my energy so that I can give without feeling depleted? So that I can receive without feeling obligated, right? So then you start opening up and you start playing with this give and take. And as soon as you do that, the universe is like, heck yes, you get it now. We're going to change your life. So you are moving through a Wheel of Fortune moment. That's when you have changed from the inside. You have changed, and so the universe starts rearranging your life around you, and you just have to surrender to it, right? And underneath all of it is this devil energy. So this is really like, again, the unconscious driving force, the shadow force in all of this. And it is kind of reminiscent of the shadow force in the oracle cards with the Unbound. They're giving me kind of similar vibes here. The devil card is about addiction, and shadows. So we've got the shadow card in shadow, right? Holding yourself back. Being attached, unhealthily attached to certain stories. So this is you, again, waking up to the power you have to tell your own stories. You're waking up to your own shadows. You're uncovering your own shadows. This is so good. Okay, so what is the primary challenge? What's the primary challenge that Libra's facing right now? There's so many people here in the oracle cards and in the tarot cards. There's just people everywhere. So you could be dealing with, you could be forced in a way to confront your own shadows through your relationships to other people. You are choosing with your free will to change the story you tell yourself. You're choosing 333 on the timer. You are choosing to change. But so much of this could be catalyzed by your relationships with other people. Other people really have the power to show you your own shadows, unlike anything else, if you're self-aware. Okay, what's the primary challenge that Libra's facing right now? Something about a bluebird, King of Cups. Okay. Yeah. Judgment. Knight of Cups. And anything else? Anything else? One more. Bottom of the deck. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay. At some point, I really gotta change my setup here, because I run out of room so fast. I'm all backed in the corner here. Okay, the challenge. Well, you're having a spiritual awakening. I mean, you are having a spiritual awakening. Angel energy is coming forward for you. And it's a spiritual awakening that's happening through your emotions. It's almost like your emotions are acting as the doorway or the portal for you to wake up to your own power. Your challenge is to meet your emotions where they're at and not resist them, and understand that your emotions are literally your triggers, even your emotional triggers, your emotional pain, your emotional anything. It's all a gateway. They're a portal to awakening. So the Knight of Cups is an invitation to lead with your heart, to lead with your feelings, and not so much your head. Lead with your heart, not your head. That's your challenge. To allow your emotions to almost like be your guide through your own shadows. So, sitting with your emotions, and I don't just mean sitting with them like, okay, I'm feeling anger. Yep, I feel angry. Okay, it's like a burning in my stomach. I want to punch someone. Yep, I'm angry. Okay, cool. Now what? Like, I sat with it. Nothing changed. Like, that, you have to use it like, it's just the entry point. The emotion itself is just the entry point. You go deeper. You go deeper. Okay, and it's all about the kinds of questions that you ask yourself. Why exactly am I feeling angry? Go deeper, go deeper. Let your emotions speak. Even if you need to be completely by yourself or just journal, nobody has to know the emotional truths. Only you need to know, right? You have to be honest with yourself about what your emotions are and what is underlying them, because it's almost like digging through the emotions. You will arrive, when you hit the bottom of the barrel of all these emotions, you're going to have an epiphany. The emotions are what will lead you through your shadows into the light, into a more empowered state of being. I hope that makes sense. So what's the advice? Let's wrap it up with some advice for Libra. And maybe, Libra is kind of, I think, a little bit more, being an air sign, you can be a little bit more heady sometimes, which is not a bad thing. Like, I love that. I love intellect and thinking, right? It's not a bad thing. But sometimes you may fall into the trap of thinking about your emotions rather than feeling them. There's a huge difference. You got to feel the feelings first. At some point you can intellectualize them. But if you're just constantly intellectualizing them, you're never really feeling them, and they're never going to go away, and they're just going to get stuffed into the shadows, and then they're going to come out later in dysfunctional ways. It's a whole thing. What's the advice? What's the advice for Libra spirit? Page of Wands. Ooh. 10 of Swords. Ace of Wands. Ace of Swords. Sorry. Ace of Swords. And one more. 3 of Pentacles. More people. More people. God, so many people. Jeez. Yeah, okay. So The Ten of Swords is hitting again on what I was picking up with the Veil Walker, crone energy, all the tens in tarot, the end of a cycle. This is ego death. This is total ego death. You've got to let yourself go through that ego death. You are not who you always thought you were. I mean, your spirit never really changes. In the essence of who you are, your spirit is what it is. I think, in my personal opinion, from beginning to end of life, the spirit doesn't change. But your personality and your ego absolutely can and should change based on the stories you tell yourself. So this is Spirit's invitation or validation, just saying, yep, you got to go through a little bit of an ego death. You're not quite who you thought you were. Let your identity shift. Let it shift. When you open up to the fact that you have changed, then this incredible fresh energy just comes flooding in. Your mind opens. You see things in a new way when you're open to it. And it will help you to interact with the people in your life in a more balanced way. There's that given, beautiful, beautiful co-creation, collaboration, give and take energy where you are recognized for what you bring to the table 100%, and you are fully honored and respected and appreciated for it, right? Oh, interesting. When I channeled through the Page of Wands, I heard set your heart free. And that is literally the first message that came through for the Scorpio reading. So again, it's pointing to the Scorpio reading and also maybe Pisces. Yeah. So this is again going to that Unbound card. Set your heart free. Get to know your own light, your own truth, and your sense of self by embodying that childlike energy of the page. Just get really, really curious. Maybe tell yourself, be open to telling yourself, maybe I don't know who I am in the way I thought I did. Maybe there's more to me. More layers, deeper truths. There's something here about yourself to discover. So get really, really curious and inspired and excited. I know it's kind of like a big momentous moment, but it's really exciting if you think about it in that way. It can be the adventure of a lifetime. Okay. Whoa. All right, Libra. I hope that this was helpful, or at least thought-provoking. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I would love to hear from you. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.